part of that crying, part of that feeling of separation, also involves the whole concept of sin, which is so predominant in Christianity, but to which Hinduism really has a quite different point of view. And to explain that point of view, I like to also again tell a story which involves a little bit of reincarnation and things, but it's not really important to believe in that or not. It really doesn't matter. It's the essential message which is there about sin, which is very important. This is the story of a robber chief. And with his band of robbers, he attacks a village. Now, unfortunately for him, the villagers are really well prepared, really well armed, and they defend themselves very well. And all his comrades are killed. And he has to flee into the forest. He is there hiding in the bushes. And suddenly he hears a woman crying in the forest. And he gets curious about what this is. And he goes and looks at her. And he sees that she is delivering or ready to deliver a baby. So that is why she is crying, because of the pain, everything of childbirth. And he kind of gets moved by that scene and goes near and starts helping her. And the child gets born, and in that whole process he kind of gets an experience which is new to him, which brings him back to his own mother, to the love he once felt for his mother, long forgotten but now remembered, and the miracle of life and of birth, and the pain that all mothers have to go through when delivering a child, that his mother must have gone through to deliver him, and all these things. So he kind of, his heart is opening a little bit. No? Now this child is born, but this woman keeps on crying, and he fears that she is going to die. So because of that kind of new state he is in, he feels he needs to do something. He can't just leave her there and go on being a robber. So he picks up the woman and the child and brings them to the village, because he thinks that's the only place where they can save her. Now, when the villagers see him arriving, they recognize him as the robber chief who just attacked them only 1 or 2 hours ago. So they immediately seize him and they kill him. And he knew very well that that was very likely to happen. So then he is dead. And his spirit, moves out of the body. And after some, things happening which are not really relevant here, he comes to the Lord of the Dead, Yama. And Yama, in a way, is a bit like Saint Peter, who holds the keys to heaven. Yama is representing, according to Vedic science, our conscience, who at that point will evaluate what we have done in our life and then make some decision about what is going to happen next. So Yama looks in the book, and sees the record of this robber and says, well, it's not looking very good. All your life you have been robbing and stealing and murdering people. For that, the least I can give you is 1,000 years in hell. But of course, in the end of your life, you did something really great. You really knew that you risked your life in bringing this woman to the village, and you still did it to save her. So for that, I can give you 1 day as the king of heaven. And you choose, what do you want to do first? Do you first want to go to hell, or first you want to go to heaven? The robber thinks, what a difficult question, what to do first. Now fortunately, there is Guru coming nearby, which is planet Jupiter, and very wise guy. So he asks some advice. And Guru tells him, first go to heaven. That's a much better idea. And when you are there as the king of heaven, you will get many divine powers at your disposal. You will find them in your palace. So try to use this as good as possible for humanity and the universe, and that will be good for you. Oh, okay. He becomes the king of heaven. Indeed, in his palace he finds all these magical tools and things. And he thinks how to use this for the universe. He thinks best thing to do is to distribute all these things, all these magical weapons, to the saints and angels and whoever is living there in the heaven, so that they can use it for the benefit of humankind. So all day he is busy doing that, meeting all these saints and giving them all these tools, and at the end of the day, okay, he hasn't really had the time to enjoy heaven very much because he's been so busy with that. He goes back to Yama and says, okay, now I'm ready to go to hell for 1,000 years, okay. And Yama again looks in the book and says, oh, something happened. Your record has been completely changed. All the good that you did in that one day in heaven, through all these saints and devtas, now earned you 1,000 years in heaven. And from your 1,000 years in hell, only one day remains. Which one do you want to do first? So, which one you think he chose? Of course, he chose first to again go to heaven, because that's where you can do good things. And now I'm coming back to the idea of sin, which is very typically attached to Bhakti Yoga and the relationship that you have with the divine. We may be all divine in a sense, but we are also human, right? So, not so easy to live up to our ideal. No? So, when then maybe we have done some things which we believe are wrong, we may feel sin. We may feel we have committed a sin. And so many of us then have a tendency to condemn ourselves to hell because of it. The message of this story is, don't do that. You can't do anything in hell. You can't do anything by becoming depressed, by punishing yourself, by putting yourself even deeper into adharma, in that which goes against the natural law of the universe. Stay in heaven. Stay happy. From there you can do good things. From there you can try again to live up to your ideal, to do your dharma, to do your duty, to be a perfect human being in the eyes of the Lord. From there you can really move forward. From hell you can do nothing.